Imperfection was accidental. A film's grain, paper yellowing from time and smoke. But as we began to value these marks not for their cause, but for what they suggested, authenticity became something you could manufacture. What was once an accident of the analog world is now coded into software filters and sold as authenticity, as accessory. We're not trying to remember the past anymore. We're designing a version of it. Today's designers use digital brushes to paint rust onto sleek smartphones and add simulated cracks into high-end leather goods. The line between decay and design collapses. A product needs to look used before anyone trusts its newness. This is the paradox of our time. We live in a world that craves authenticity, but builds it with algorithms. As Neil Postman warns, television brought a new epistemology, images over language, sensation without context. Now, even nostalgia has to be rendered before it can feel real.
The earliest computers were not just machines, but philosophies in silicon, mechanical embodiments of human problem solving, constrained by vacuum tubes, yet boundless in their computational promise.
Back in the 1980s, even as MIDI promised perfect precision, engineers knew something was missing. The machines were ticking like clocks, sterile, soulless. So they added a humanize function. Randomized timing, velocity shifts, artificial imperfection, sold as organic truth. It wasn't about sound anymore. It was about emotion. And if you want people to feel for your machine, sometimes the best trick is not making it perfect. We see it in the footage. Engineers wrestling with cold, clinical sound. Their solution: imperfection as performance art. The same logic now powers AI chatbots that hesitate just long enough to mimic human thought, or music generators that add back random warbles and dropouts. These aren't bugs. They're features designed for trust. In a world where we demand authenticity but can't define it, companies have turned empathy into an algorithmic product. The end result: we've lost the baseline of what feels human. Is it a voice assistant or your best friend who says, "I'm so tired I could cry"? Is the handwritten font on this email actually written by hand? These cues don't just trick us into believing in authenticity. They redefine what realness even means. We're not mimicking humans anymore. We're manufacturing intimacy.
We have a new human being, and that's Chris Potter of Memetics Corporation, a new synthesizer, the Yamaha DX100, and a new computer, the Commodore Amiga.
Roland Barthes wrote about the photograph's power, not in its clarity, but in what he called the punctum, that sharp detail that jabs through time and memory. It wasn't about beauty or composition. It was about proof. Proof of something having been there. But now imagine this. We can generate those jabs with a few clicks. An AI filter doesn't just age an image. It forges authenticity from nothing. The punctum, once the soul of a photograph, is now mass-produced content. We are no longer capturing memory. We're engineering it. Technology doesn't just change what we do. It changes what we think. Neil Postman warned that tools don't just shape our lives, they reshape language itself. The clock made time precise and separate from the body. The telegraph turned news into a commodity. Now deepfakes turn memory into software. What was once a window to the past is now a mirror that reflects only what we want to see. In this new world, our tools don't just record history, they write it. The more our simulations become perfect, the emptier reality feels. Like a dream so vivid you wake up unsure if it was real at all. We chase authenticity, not to find truths, but to feel in control of what is and isn't true. The paradox: by making everything look old, we end up erasing meaning itself. What's left when every scar, crack, or shadow could have been added later? A world where nothing is that has been. A world where the past is always on demand. We are in an arms race between detection and deception, where even our feelings become algorithmically curated. The more we demand authenticity, the harder we try to fake it. Every coffee table now looks like a flea market treasure. Every phone case has weathered cracks that never formed on your actual screen. Every playlist is curated not for what you love right now, but for how you remember loving things in the past. Authenticity isn't just being faked, it's being manufactured at scale. After the clip, we hear from both Silicon Valley and pulpits about how AI doesn't just fabricate facts, it forges feelings. The line between what's human and what's convincingly machine made is no longer a philosophical debate, but an existential crisis. When your dating app recommends a profile that feels like you lost touch within 2003, or when your smart mirror tells you you're prettier if you look older, we're not just curating identity anymore. We're outsourcing it. The final irony: we no longer remember how to recognize the real, because we only ever wanted a version of it that felt good. Our memories are now edited through filters. Our pasts aren't lived but designed in pixel, perfect detail on social media or in furniture bought at Urban Outfitters. The problem isn't fake nostalgia. It's that there is no original anymore. We've built such convincing illusions. We forgot the question was even a trick.